So aside for other things, the Amazon stuff, there's a lot of other really good stuff you can actually get besides cheap power cords and things like that. So let me show you some stuff. It's usually more favorable for certain radios, but let's do icom 7300 microphone. So there's a microphone on here that I want to try out. Now these, let me tell you, these are an excellent microphone. They sound a lot better than these. This is actually an hm12, which is kind of hard to find. Has an on and off switch for the up and down. Not all of them do. I found this at a thrift store, but you know, these kind of radios, this radio in particular works really good with that microphone, but it's $64. So I mean, it's not a bad deal, but I'm pretty sure it's made in China. Now icom is a lot tighter with their manufacturing, whereas Yaesu, the companies seem to be able to get away with making their product later on. This one here is being manufactured all over the place for $17, and it will show up and it will look like that. It won't say icom on it, but I'm pretty sure that these microphones are made in the same factory that the original icom microphones that were contracted for them were made, because when they were still making this microphone, it did say made in China on it. The older ones would say Japan, but anyway, it did. So I really don't think you have too much to lose by buying one of these. There are a couple of things inside the microphone that you can change if you don't like how it sounds. There's a capacitor and there's probably a resistor and like a, you know, whatever they call it, an RC circuit, and it just kind of filters things. But also you can order different elements and stuff. I don't think they use an odd size like the 706 microphone I think does. But we're seeing these ones pop up here. And so there's a hm152, and I'm not really sure exactly what radio this was intended for. Possibly their commercial stuff. I'm wondering if it fits like the 706 or that kind of stuff. There's an actual legit icom one. And then you also have the hm119, which does fit the 706, and these are $19. So I would say the worst case scenario, you buy this thing and it just sounds terrible. If you have a 706 or a 7000, I think this is probably a good choice. I think it has the up and down buttons, so that they claim that it's compatible with these other radios too. So I guess some of the icom UHF VHF stuff was compatible. Yeah, there's up and down buttons on them. And this looks extremely similar to the new microphones. So then you have these style right here, and this would be for a lot of the newer mobile radios. The 152 might actually just really be for their commercial stuff, but I mean the prices on these are really cheap. So I'm not seeing the other one. So they're a little more expensive on most of the icoms, like as opposed to like Yaesu. Now this style of microphone is used on the Zygoos and other stuff. And I'm not really sure if it interchanges by just changing the wiring pin out or whatnot. But like the microphone on the Zygoo radios, they look like the icom7000 microphone. Looks like aviation. And then you have these kind here. I had an icom actual legitimate version of one of these. It was like really, really heavy, and I had it for the 706 to what I sold it with. But it was so heavy, you drop it, and then, you know, end up with problems with it. But that's a pretty good deal on that. So this would be the one I would probably do for the 706, because they all have the little tiny microphone opening anyways. And then you have this one here for $19, which might be a good replacement for the hm36 and hm12 and hm219. It's a newer style. It actually doesn't look half bad in my opinion. I know somebody on the channel has ordered one of these, so I'm sure. I'm absolutely positive. So let me know what your thoughts were on this microphone. And you know, how did it sound? What was the quality? Did it feel flimsy?